Hi everyone, my name is Mallikarjun. Here I will give the solutions for MPSC 2020 questions. Okay. Subject is design of steel structure. From this subject, okay, it was asked 12 questions from this subject, okay, and all the questions are direct questions. Okay. For only one question you have to use the pen. For other questions directly by seeing the options you can tell the answer. Okay. Now we will see the first question. Okay. Now this is the question number 1. The angle of dispersion of load in web buckling given, please. Okay. Web buckling of beam. So, this is the question from beams chapter. In beam chapter I explain definition of web buckling, web crippling, okay, right. So, this is web buckling, but he asking load dispersion. Generally load dispersion is always 45 degrees, their option D is correct. Okay. So, here first I will give the definition of web buckling. Okay. Web buckling will occur due to diagonal compression, okay, because of shear force. Because of shear force there is a diagonal compression. Because of diagonal compression web of the member will buckle. Okay. Students, always buckling will occur due to compressive forces only, please, not due to tensile forces. Okay. Now here I will show what is web buckling, right. Now this is the rolled steel I section, okay, rolled steel I section. Now look at here, due to loading this is the web portion, right, okay, this is web. Now this is, there is a buckling of web. So this is called web buckling. Generally web buckling will occur in between toe of fillet. Okay. What is fillet? This curved portion. For rolled steel section we will have some curved portion, right, okay, like this some curved portion will be there. Okay. So here buckling will occur in between the curved portion, that is between the toe of fillet. Okay. So this is called web buckling, occur between toe of fillets. So what is web buckling here? It will occur due to diagonal compression which is due to shear force. Now I will show the load dispersion. I told load dispersion is 45 degrees, right. How load dispersion is 45 degrees? Now if you see this diagram, okay, students, this is called web buckling, right, buckling of web. Okay. If you see the load dispersion, now this is the load dispersion. This load dispersion what angle? This is 45 degrees. Okay. Load dispersion is 45 degrees. The option D is correct, right. Okay. Right. So here angle of dispersion of load in web buckling of beam is 45 degrees. Now next question. Okay. In case of unequal angle section, okay, given unequal angle section, now this is the unequal angle section, right, yes or no. Students, for example this is the longer leg, okay, this is longer leg and this is shorter leg, okay, longer leg and shorter leg, right. Look at here, this is the vertical axis parallel to the longer leg, okay, vertical axis parallel to the longer leg. Then this is the horizontal axis parallel to the shorter leg, then this is z axis. Okay. Then tell me which option is correct. He given unequal angle section orientated with longer legs vertical, yes, longer leg is vertical axis parallel to the shorter leg of the angle, okay, and passing from centroid of cross section is. Tell me here which axis is parallel to the shorter leg, yes or no, parallel to the shorter leg, which axis? ZZ axis is the parallel to the shorter leg, or we can say perpendicular to the longer leg in angle section, okay. So, which option is correct? ZZ axis is correct. Always we will consider x axis along length of the angle section, please, along length. It means in this direction we will consider x axis as per IS 800 2007. These are the notations, okay. Right, here ZZ axis parallel to the smaller leg, that is shorter leg, okay, in angle section, and YY axis is perpendicular to the smaller leg, that is shorter leg in the angle section. YY axis perpendicular to the shorter leg or not? Yes, then option C is correct, okay. Please note down. Right. Next question. In this question given, two steel plates of 100 mm width each, okay, are lap jointed, lap connection, okay. If the length of lap is given 200 mm, okay, the maximum number of 20 mm diameter bolts that can be provided for connection are, okay. Right, look at here. So, this is the one plate overlap, okay, below there is a one more, okay, plate is there, and overlap length is given 200 mm and width of plate is given how much? Width of plate is given 100 mm, okay. So, how many maximum number of bolts we can accommodate here? Maximum number of bolts, okay. So, we have to find the number of bolts along the width, then along the length, both we have to find, and before that we have to find the minimum end or edge distance. Similarly, we have to find the minimum pitch also, okay. So, here in the question given, diameter of bolt given, right, it is nothing but nominal dia of bolt given, okay. So, here dia of bolt, that is D given 20 mm, okay. Then we have to find the dia of bolt hole, dia of bolt hole D naught, okay. 20, how much clearance we have to consider for 20 mm nominal dia of bolt, okay. Extra we have to consider 2 mm, right, yes or no. Then this is 22 mm, yes or no. For 20 mm nominal dia of bolt we have to consider clearance how much? 2 mm, okay. Then can you find the minimum end or edge distance? Minimum end or edge distance, it depend upon is it machine cutting or manual cutting, okay. In the question did he mention is it machine cutting or manual cutting? No, it not mention. If you won't mention, always will consider machine cutting only, please. For machine cutting, what is the minimum end or edge distance? 1.5 times of diameter of bolt hole, okay, 1.5 times of diameter of bolt hole. If it is manual cut, what is the minimum end or edge distance? 1.7 times of nominal 1.7 times of diameter of bolt hole, okay. So, here is not mentioned, then we will consider machine cutting, that is 1.5 times of D naught, okay. So, here 1.5 into what is the D naught value given? 22, then this is 33 mm, okay. Then similarly, we have to find the minimum pitch. What is the formula please? What is the codal provision for minimum pitch? 2.5 times of nominal dia of bolt, not diameter of bolt hole, it is nominal dia of bolt. 2.5 times of what is the nominal dia of bolt, that is 20, then this is 50 mm. Okay. So, we calculated minimum end or edge distance and we calculated minimum pitch distance 2.5 times of diameter of bolt. Okay. Now, for this plate, first I will find the maximum number of bolts along width direction please. Okay, along width direction, just first note on this. Right. So, along the width, how many number of bolts we can accommodate? Maximum. For example, just I am assuming 2 number of bolts. I do not know, is it 2 less than 2 or more than 2? Just I am assuming initially, I am trying to accommodate 2 number of bolts here. Okay, check it. Now, this is 33 mm we got, right? Okay, and from center to edge this we got 33 mm. Okay. mm. Then what is the pitch we got? 50 mm. Okay, but maximum width is 100 mm only, right? Now tell me, if you add this, are you getting more than 100, less than 100? Check it please. Okay, so this is getting more than 100, right? Yes or no? This is getting more than 100. 50 plus 33 plus 33. So this width is more than 100 mm. It means we can't accommodate 2 number of bolts along the width. Okay. So, along the width, how many number of bolts we can accommodate? Only 1 bolt we can accommodate along the width of the plate please, because maximum width of the plate is 100 mm only. We can accommodate only in this width, but if you provide 2 bolts now, we are getting more than 100 mm width now. It means we can't accommodate 2 number of bolts, we can accommodate maximum only 1 bolt. Okay. So, along the width, number of bolts 1. Okay, it is not 2. Next, we can accommodate number of bolts along the length of the plate. So, how many number of bolts we can accommodate along length of the bolt? Okay, just I will try to accommodate, for example, 3 number of bolts. I do not know is it right or wrong, but what is the length of the plate? Overlap length. We have to place the bolts in between the lap length only please. Okay, right. For example, I assumed 3 number of bolts here. Now check it. Is it possible to accommodate 3 here? Then this is 33 mm and this pitch is we got 50, right, and this pitch is 50 and this is we got 33 mm. Okay. Add this, are you getting this is less than 200 mm or more than 200 mm? If you get more than 200 mm na, then we can't accommodate 3 number of bolts. Okay. Check it. So, this is 100, then this is 166. Okay. So, 166, it is less than 200 or not? Yes, we can accommodate 3 number of bolts. Then we will try one more, 4 number of bolts. It means we will add pitch length. If I add pitch length, then this is more than 200 or not. If I consider one more bolt, nothing but 4 bolts, I am trying to accommodate 4 number of bolts along the length of the plate. Okay. So, if I consider 4 number of bolts now plus 1 pitch we have to add, then it is more than 200 mm. It means we can't accommodate more 4 number of bolts along the length of the plate. We can accommodate maximum only 3. Okay. So, it means finally, so along the width only 1 bolt we can accommodate, along the length we can accommodate only 3. Okay. It means in the connection maximum number of bolts are only 3, right. Okay. So, option 3 is correct. Okay. Please note down. Right. Next question. Slope of a truss is equals to, this is a question from roof trusses chapter. Okay, very easy. So, option C is correct, 2 times of pitch. How it is 2 times of pitch? Okay. First we have to know the definition of slope. Okay. Now, this is the slope, right. Now, what is the definition of slope from this? Definition of slope is ratio of rise to half of the span. Okay. Ratio of rise to half of the span, ratio of rise to half of the span. Now, from this triangle, okay, from this triangle tan theta equals to, from this triangle tan theta equals to h by L by 2 or not? Yes, tan theta equals to h by L by 2. Here tan theta is nothing but slope, right, slope of triangle only. Okay. Then slope equals to tan theta equals to h by L by 2. Okay. Slope equals to tan theta equals to h by L by 2. Then here this 2 here, then 2 times of h by L, right. Then what is h by L? What is the definition of pitch? Definition of pitch is ratio of rise to span. Okay, ratio of rise to span. What is span here? Length is span, right. Then your slope equals to 2 times of pitch. Okay. So, what is the note point here? Slope of truss equals to twice the pitch of truss. Okay. Please note down. Right. Next question. In columns, splices should be provided at where? We have to provide at what height? Always will provide at a distance of 1/3 to 1/4 height of the column, 1/3 to 1/4 of height of the column. So, here given floor level no, mid height no, beam column joint no, it is 1/4. First, what is the meaning of column splice and why we are providing splices at a depth of, that is a height of the column, for example h by 3 to h by 4 from floor level. Okay. Now, if you see this diagram, students, to increase the height of the column, okay, to increase the height of the column, we will use the plates, please, we will use the plates. Now, okay, this is the one column, bottom, top column, and this is the bottom column. To connect these 2 columns, okay, we need some plates, right. Now, this is the plate and this is the plate, and this plate is nothing but splice only, please, splice plate. Okay. Now, this is the joint, right. Now, this joint, where we have to give this joint? Okay. If you see here, now this is the one column, top column, and this is the bottom column. Okay. Now, here there is a one more column. So, this is the floor level, top floor level, and this is the bottom floor level, and this is the total height of the column is h. Now, here we have to increase the height of the column, we have to we need one plates, right. Now, these are the splice plates. If you see from here, now I am showing this view, please, this view. If you see from here, you can see the column and you can see the thickness of splice plates, and similarly here these are the splice plates, right. Students, I told we have to give the joint, okay, splicing at a distance of h by 3 to h by 4 from floor level, h by 3 to h by 4. Reason is, at this distance you will get shear force not maximum and bending moment always almost 0. Okay? At this depth bending moment is almost 0 and shear force is not maximum. Students, where shear force is, where bending moment is maximum, their bending stresses will develop, right? Their bending stresses will develop, then possibility of more chances of failure. Okay, then where stress is there, do not provide the joint there. Where bending moment is less, there we have to provide the joint please, just for safety. Okay, right. So here the most suitable location for splicing of a column is at a distance of h by 3 to h by 4 from top or bottom floor level. Reason is, because at these locations bending moment is approximately 0, shear force is not maximum. Okay, please note down. Right. Next question. The imperfection factor for welded steel section. This is a question from beams chapter. Okay. So, imperfection factor are given for two cases, one is rolled steel section, another one is welded section. For rolled steel section value is 0.21 and for welded section 0.49 imperfection factor. So, in the question given welded section, right. So, 0.49 correct. Okay. Now, here alpha L2 is the imperfection factor, 0.21 for rolled steel section and 0.49 for welded section. Okay. Note down please. Right. Next question. What is the efficiency of joint when the strength of bolt per pitch length is 60 kilonewton and strength of plate for pitch length is 150 kilonewton? This is a question from bolted connection chapter. There I given efficiency of bolted connection, that is strength of joint, bolted joint or connection divided by strength of solid plate per pitch into 100, right. Now, this is a formula, right. So, strength of bolted joint per pitch length, strength of solid plate per pitch length. Okay. So, in the question directly given, strength of bolted joint is given how much? Strength of bolt per pitch length is given 60. Okay. And what is the strength of plate given? 150. Okay, into 100. Then if you solve this, you will get 40%. Okay. Then option D is correct. Okay. Please note down. Right. Next question. This is also a question from bolted connection. Okay. A bolted joint may experience. So, types of failures are given. I given two types of failures, one is bolt failure, another one is plate failure. Bolt failures are three types, one is shear failure of bolt, bearing failure of bolt, tension failure of bolt. Then what are the plate failures? Shear failure of plate, bearing failure of plate, tension or tearing failure of plate, and one more is block shear failure of plate. Now, these are the types of failures in the connection. Okay. Yes, shear failure correct, shear failure of plate correct, bearing failure and bearing failure of bolt correct, then option D is correct, all of the above. Okay. If you see here, now failure of bolted joints. Okay. So, failure of bolt, failure of plate. What is the failure of bolts? Failure, shear failure of bolt, bearing failure of bolt and tension failure of bolt. And what are the plate failures? Shear failure of plate, bearing failure of plate, tension or tearing failure of plate, and last one is block shear failure of plate. So, these are the types of failures in bolted joint. Okay. Note down please. Right. Next question. Partial safety factor for the material of the bolt. Okay, partial safety factor for material of the bolt. Okay, so this is a question from second chapter. Okay, bolted connection only. Okay, so answer is 1.25. I given these values like this. So partial safety factor for material, he was asking bolt, right. So this is the bolt, right. For bolt, friction type or bearing type, so values are same only. Is shaft fabrication or field fabrication, for these all cases, for friction type bolt or bearing type bolt, what is the partial safety factor? It is shaft fabrication or field fabrication, it is 1.25, 1.25 only. Okay, no done. Right. The last question, this is a question from compression member chapter. Okay, there I explain lacing and battening, right. Okay, so here lacing shall be designed to resist a total transverse shear force equals to axial force in the member. This is the codal provision, right. Yes or no. So what is the transverse shear force? Lacings are designed for transverse shear force of 2.5% of column load, right. Okay, 2.5% of column load, this is the codal provision. So option D is correct, 2.5% of column load. Okay, so these are the questions was asked in recent MPSC 2021 exam.